Good morning, everyone. Richard Evans here from Calibre Yacht Sales, and today we're going to look at a 2019 Grady White Marlin 300. Now, this is a very special boat for two reasons. First of all, Grady White has the exclusive CV2 hull design that's exclusive to Grady White. And I won't go into details right now, but the boat won awards for its performance in rough seas. Now this boat, even though it's 4 years old, looks brand new. There's just over 500 hours in the engines, and she is loaded, absolutely loaded. The ideal fishing machine and commuter. So as you can tell, the owner has kept this boat in a boat shed ever since he bought it, and he bought it brand new. And have a look at the extra protection that he's put down on both sides of this slip. The owner has just taken such good care of this boat. Well, you're going to see that. So follow me, let's go have a look. So stepping through the transom gate here, I wanted to point out this latch here. It's not just a flimsy little bar, but it's a very solid positive action latch that will hold that transom gate nicely in control. So to begin with, let's have a look at this overall cockpit. Isn't this magnificent? It is perfect for fishing. Lots of comfortable seating area. So look how easy it is to set this bench seat into position. Drops down, and it's very secure, very comfortable. Two people here, one person there, and two people in the helm seat and the co-pilot seat. Very nice. And then it flips right out of the way for when you want to do your fishing. Isn't that great? So let's start at the back and work our way forward. The first thing here that you probably noticed is this fish cleaning station. Notice you've got holders for your knives and what have you, or if you had smaller rods, you could put those rods in there as well. Not that you don't have enough rocket launchers here on the boat, but cleaning your fish, it's a breeze. All of your what's left over from the fish that you don't want goes through these grates here and down into the well and overboard. Now once the fish is clean, you just lift it up, drop it into this 290 quart fish box. Notice in the bottom here that there is a pump in there as well to pump out anything that's left over that didn't go overboard here. Pretty handy. Now just to the right of that is your extra bait well for minnows and that sort of thing for your smaller bait goes in there, and of course a nice solid clasp that holds it in place. Drink holders are back here. You want to be able to clean your fish with fresh water, so we have your freshwater control here, and then your nozzle is right here. Very, very convenient. Well thought out. I mean, everything is at the back where you want it to be. You don't want fish debris all over the cockpit here. It's wonderfully thought out. And standing here looking at the power, twin 300s with a 25 horsepower kicker, that's a lot of power. When I talk about being an ideal commuter, this boat will do 50 miles an hour. Like, that's about 42, 43 knots. You'll get where you're going really quickly. And remember what I talked about, that CV2 exclusive hull to Grady White for high performance in rough water. Yeah, multifunction boat, you're just gonna love this. Now it's got a 25 horsepower kicker, but you don't need it. And why I say you don't need it is because this boat is set up with trolling controls on the main engines. So you can use those, or you could use a kicker, whatever works for you. But look at these downriggers on both sides of the boat, and a crab pot puller. All of this equipment goes with the boat. I mean, this is just remarkable. I mean, there's literally $100,000 in upgrades that are in this boat, and you can see these Scotty downriggers and crab pot pullers is only one of the many that we're going to talk about as we go through the boat. But I did want to point that out. Over here, we've got washdown for the cockpit right here. And again, rod holders here, not that you would use those, with your Scotty downriggers here and your rocket launchers up there. Now here on the starboard side is your sink to wash off any dishes that you might have out here in the cockpit, or whatever you want to use it for. So you've got a sink on the one side, and you've got a spacer in the center, which allows you to dry whatever you want to dry on the one side, and use a sink on the other side with this really handy top that slides back and forth. You could use that as a cutting board for sandwiches or whatever. Down below that is your storage, or part of the storage for your lures. And as we go through the boat, you'll notice that we have all kinds of lures storage. But we've also got drawers set up specifically for lures. Because he's got so many other storage places for lures here, he's using these for tools and other things as well. And of course, under the co-pilot seat, there's room for more lures as well. So lots of storage for your fishing paraphernalia, and right close at hand when you need them. You'll probably notice these amazing speakers to give you good tunes back here in the cockpit. Before we go forward, notice the rocket launchers are powder coated, and this is new to the 2019 vintage of these boats. Prior to that, it was just straight stainless steel, and the powder coating looks beautiful, doesn't it? And offers so much extra protection. Notice how rigid this is. Look at this framework. Very solid framework holding that rigid hardtop in place. Very, very solid, well-built boat. We've got a couple of lockers here, one here for storage in particular, and right here we've got your VHF in there, as well as room for a lot more storage as well. Rigid hardtop, very nice for the Pacific Northwest. Gives you lots of protection from rain and sun, and storage right here. Right now he's got his PFDs up in here, and that's a great spot for it, because they're close at hand and up and out of the way here. So over here, I want to point out, is your live bait well for bigger bait, clearly for your bigger fish. And this one does have a pump in it to circulate the water. So notice also there's more of these rod holders, and they fit right into here, like so. Not that you need more rod holders, but hey, you know what? I guess the more rods in the water, the better your chances, eh? Now we're storing a bunch of these down in below here. And so here, another Scotty downrigger that fits into this space here. So now you've got 3 downriggers, as well as a crab pot puller right there. This boat is so seriously set up. So seriously set up for fishing. But as I said, at 50 miles an hour or 42 knots, yeah, she'd make a great commuter as well. So before we go up into the helm station, I just wanted to point out that this is fully enclosed from here forward. Here are your drop curtains that come all the way down and clip into these clips here. And for fall-winter boating, the boat is also equipped with a Webasto diesel-fired furnace. Keep all of this space here very toasty warm for fall-winter boating. And down below, there's vents down there for the heater as well. And yes, there is a diesel tank on board as well. So when I say this boat is fully equipped, you've only seen a bit of it so far. One of the things you've probably noticed here is the third screen, the Garmin navigation system that you can just program for your depth sounder and fish finder right here, which is a lovely, lovely feature. Like I said, this boat has everything you could possibly want. So just have a look at all that's going on up here. Before I get up into the helm, have a look at these seats. These seats are just fantastic. Super comfortable. They have adjustable bolsters. And this, by the way, is a pretty significant upgrade at about $5,000 a seat. So that's $10,000 in upgrades just in these two seats here alone. Now moving into the helm seat, see the bolster comes up so that you can lean against it as you're underway if you prefer to drive that way, or you can put it down and notice this convenient footrest right here at the perfect height for my feet. Now the boat is really, really well equipped, as I pointed out earlier. It's a 3-screen Garmin system, particularly like the forward-looking sonar. So right now, of course, I've got your GPS. I've got radar, which is not on, of course, and your depth sounder fish finder here. And all of this, of course, can be transferred to the screen that's back in the cockpit. Really, really nice. Yamaha engine diagnostics for both of your engines here. Your kicker is not included in this, but this is the primary information that you're going to be looking for. Over here on the right, you've got your switches, both up and lower. Now this is super cool, this joystick control here. So when we're out on the water, you probably noticed that we had a skyhook feature. Simply pushing this button here sends instruction to the computer to create a, for lack of a better term, a digital anchor. The computer takes over and gives the RPM and direction of each engine to hold not only the attitude of the boat pointed in the direction that you want it to go, but to keep it stationary in that position. Just wonderful, especially when you're fishing for halibut. Digital anchor, you don't drift around, and yeah, I was very impressed with this and how that worked. Over here, the trim tabs are automatic. I get that, eh? If you've got more fuel on one side or too many people sitting on one side, the computer will keep the boat perfectly stable. Now, right next to that, we've got your electronic controls for your engines. And those who have used electronic controls, you know that they're wonderful. It's to engage them, they're instantaneous. It's really, really good. Just next to that is your Fusion home entertainment system. Wonderful sound, beautiful sound throughout this entire boat. 2 speakers in the cabin area, 2 speakers here at the helm, and 2 speakers aft in the cockpit as well. And not that you really need it, but look at this. You've got a bow thruster here to use as well. Not that you need a bow thruster because you do have this joystick control here, but hey, nice to have, eh? So, so as impressive as this is in this space here, you just wait till you see what's going on down below. You know, the boat is super comfortable. Even if you wanted to hang out overnight somewhere in an anchorage or at a different marina, you've got all the facilities down there to make you comfortable. For a fishing boat, it's pretty impressive. Come on down, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So here in the galley area, we have a single burner stove, stainless steel sink to wash up your dishes. A good sized fridge for a boat of this size down below. Just above the stove, you've got these sliding doors here. And above that, which is very nice, is a port light that looks out onto the water. And curtains. We also have These fishing rod holders, enough to hold 4 fishing rods, and lots of holders in the cockpit that you saw when we were out there as well. Just to the left, we've got your Fusion home entertainment system. TV that is over here on the starboard side, and notice how the TV clips into place, but comes out and tilts up and down and left and right. Notice that this table is beautifully finished and drops down to make a comfortable V-berth. Certainly lots of room for one guy, but if you've got a fishing buddy along with you, notice this sleeping quarters here just under the deck, and it's very clever how they've utilized that space. So you've got 2 separate sleeping areas here. Now here on the starboard side is your head, and your head has a port light to let in natural light, and notice how the faucet comes out and clips into this bracket up here to provide you with a wet shower. Vacuum flush toilet, very easy to use, and storage here as well for extra items that you would want to keep in the head. And finally, we've got your 120 volt AC for your shore power, and also your 12 volt switches right next to that. Now, isn't that something? Everything that you need to comfortably overnight if you decide not to head back, that the day's getting on and you just want to overnight and put the kettle on and microwave a dinner and lay back and enjoy whatever you want to watch on TV and get ready for an early start in the morning. The model length of this boat is 300, but the length overall is really 35 feet, and that's from your bowsprit all the way to the end of your motors. Your beam is about 10 feet 7 inches, and with a very shallow draft of 1 foot 11 inches, just under 2 feet. Displacement is just over 8,000 pounds. Capacity is 282 gallons, or 1,067 liters. There's 2 fuel tanks. The fuel tanks are made out of low maintenance aluminum, which is a good thing to have. 100 liters of fresh water. The holding tanks hold 140 liters. Yeah, top speed on this boat is very comfortable at 50 miles an hour, or about 42 knots. So quite the boat, eh? Beautiful, beautiful boat. Great performing vessel, very fast, very stable in a relatively rough sea, and all the amenities that you would want to command and control this vessel, get you quickly to your fishing grounds, provide you with everything that you need while you're there, and get you safely home. Or if you decide to stay overnight, pull into an anchorage somewhere or up to a dock, and you've got all of the features that you need to be comfortable, get a good night's sleep, awake, can refreshed, and head home first thing in the morning. Now this boat could be yours. All you need to do is give us a call. You'll be glad you did.